Welcome to RickRackRuby. I'm Laura Cluvo. Today we're going to make this Holiday Cone Gnome. It's fun, it's easy, and it can be customized to any holiday or decor. Let's have a look. I think you can see how, with a little variation in the colors and the trims and the fabrics, there's all kinds of possibilities with this project. This one has one of those little snowman jingle bells. This one is a Halloween version that I made with the orange sweater that we used for our pumpkin project. And here's the one that we'll make today. There's all sorts of possibilities. Let's jump in. To make our holiday cone gnomes, we'll need felt. I chose this turquoise color, 4-inch paper mache cones. This is a piece of cuff cut from a sweater. This happened to have a long cuff, which is going to be fun. A 1/4-inch wooden furniture button, some white pom-poms, red and white baker's twine, a little decoration to make it more Christmassy, and some long pile, good quality craft fur. We also need to draft a couple of patterns, and this is easy, don't be afraid. From the felt, we'll need to cut a 1/4 circle. I set my compass to 5 inches and just draw a 1/4 circle right here. And we'll also need a 2-inch square. I'll cut out my 1/4 circle. Fold it in half. This does not have to be perfect. And then starting at the fold, I'm gonna cut just a little bit off the top so that my pattern looks like this. The 2-inch square is for the beard. Fold the 2-inch square in half, and starting at the fold, cut a little shape like this. Here's what we have so far. And then, again, starting at the fold at the top, cut out a little section like that. And this is what the beard pattern looks like. Let's get started. First, I'll cut out the 1/4 circle from my turquoise felt. Since felt doesn't really have a grain, it doesn't matter. And since my felt is folded over like this, I might as well cut out 2, because these are fun and easy to make. Of course, I have my glue gun and my sewing machine ready to go. I've cut my pattern from the turquoise felt, and I will fold it over and seam up the back seam with a 1/4-inch seam allowance. Now I will turn it right side out, and I like to press the seam allowances flat. Just finger press. Just makes a smoother surface. I'll use a needle to pull out the point. Now I'm finger pressing that seam allowance, and I'll put it over the cone, where you can see there's about maybe 1 centimeter of excess felt around the bottom edge, so I'm just gonna hot glue that. Next thing we'll do is the beard. Beard really adds so much personality. We will cut 3 pieces from the fur. First is the beard. Make sure that the direction of the pile is going down toward the point of the beard. Just cut through the backing. Just little baby snips all the way around. That looks good. Then we'll also need a strip of fur to go around the back of the head. It's about a centimeter wide and a couple of inches long, like that. For the mustache, a piece about a 1/2 inch wide and about 1.25 inches long. This will become the mustache, so we're going to pull the sides apart like this. And then in the top center of the mustache piece, cut out a little divot for the nose, just very small. I found that it's easier to glue the nose to the felt than to the fur. So this will be the mustache. The seam is in the back of the cone, and it's easy to lose track of that. So I like to just kind of mark the front center with a pin. Then the beard is glued about halfway down. And yeah, the fur does sort of rest on the tabletop. If you have nice long fur like this, don't worry about it. That just adds to the cuteness. I'll apply some hot glue to the back of the beard and just glue it to the front about halfway down. Then the strip is going to go around the back to kind of look like hair. Like this. And then the mustache, I'm going to glue right there. So I've glued the mustache right above the beard, and I can see the spot for the nose. Here are the noses, 1/4 inch furniture buttons made out of wood. I'm using hot glue. I'll just press that right into the spot for the nose. There we go. The hat is next. This cuff is exceptionally long. I cut it in half, so this is just 1/2 of my cuff. This is the finished edge, and this would be the edge of the wrist edge. So this will be the brim of the hat, like this. I'm going to fold it right sides together and stitch starting here. Make a big triangle with a point up here at the top. I've sewn and trimmed the hat, and I cut off the little corners here. Here's a little thread. Turn it right side out. That's going to be great. But first, let's sew a pom-pom to the top. Right onto the tip. I want my thread to match the pom-pom rather than the hat. I just find it's easier to conceal the thread in the pom-pom. I've buried the knot in the fabric of the hat. And then to stitch through the pom-poms, most pom-poms have some kind of like a wire or something tied off in the center. You want to make sure you're sewing through the center and not just through the fluff. And let's try the hat on. This is how he looks without his hat. Put the seam in the back. I like the hat to go down over the top edge of the fur. This hat seems to be willing to defy gravity and stay up. Sometimes they'll flop over, and that's cute too. All right, I'm going to start gluing the hat down over the fur. Not just to the felt, but all the way down. over the fur, just about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to start with the back. And then I'm going to glue this part right here on one side. I like this little fold in the edge of the hat. It kind of emphasizes the shape. The only trick is to be sure you pull that hat down low enough over the edge of the fur. There we go. Oh, little Gnome, you're so cute. I can see a little bit of the blue, but the beard is nice and long. It'll kind of rest on the table like that. And the final step is to add a little decoration to the hat, because it would not be a RickRackRuby project without a little embellishment. Leaving about 1 foot of string, I'm going to wrap the hat twice, like a hat brim right there. 1, 2. And then instead of just tying it, I'm going to stitch through to secure it, because I don't want the string slipping up the hat. So I've actually threaded this cord, this twine onto a needle, and I'm going to stitch through to secure it. And then I'll cut the second streamer and tie a bow. And then the final touch, and just to make it look a little bit more Christmassy, is to add a little holly sticker. That also helps to hold the bow there. An overhand knot in the end of each streamer. And we are done. Thank you for watching my tutorial. If you're enjoying my channel, please like, share, and subscribe.